eyes gonna be what, prophet?
Red with wine. And his teeth white with milk. Zebulun. Oh, okay. That's done.
That's it. That's it. That's a prophecy on Christ. Christ came out of the line of Judah. Okay. So look, let's go over to the chapter that says it all. Deuteronomy chapter 28. Deuteronomy chapter 28. Now we know, according to the scriptures, that we were either going to get blessed or cursed by doing what the Most High said. Whether you go or be obedient, do what He say, or disobedient, you had a choice. Deuteronomy 28. And prophets, you know what? There's so much here in the scripture on this, but let's start in verse 63.
And it shall come to pass that as the Most High rejoiced over you to do you good and to multiply you, so the Most High will rejoice over you to destroy you and to bring you to naught, and ye shall be plucked from off the land whither thou goest to possess it. And the Most High shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Characteristic right there, brothers and sisters. The Most High said, I'm going to scatter you, your nation, all over the earth into other people, right? So you're going to be scattered, all mixed up. And when you go into that land, you're going to serve gods neither your father have known, made out of wood and stone. What is that, prophet? What is that telling you today, prophet? What is that? What would that be to you today?
The cross is wood. And the stone is a cobblestone with the Muslims.
So out of the two biggest religions, we will be snared to them. All right, that's what the scripture's saying.
Well, most of them have images anyway, so it could be either one of the false deities. You got Buddha, that's stone.
That's stone.
Big, they make any statue, any image made out of wood or stone. So it's not specifically just the cross, but the cross with wood is a big one. We know that the wooden cross, they're always looking towards that, and stone it covers everything else as a statue or whatever.
And see, broad is the road to destruction, narrow is the way to salvation. I said Christianity and Islam because technically those are the two biggest religions in the world. Many people are in those religions, and that's what they use to subdue us, brothers and sisters. Christianity, okay,
or Muslim,
or Islam.
Yeah, or Islam.
All right, where you at right there, prophets?
65. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease.
Now, among these nations shalt thou find no ease. That's so true about our nation of people. We still can't rest in peace. Come on.
Neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Most High shall give thee there a trembling heart and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind.
So let me hold it right there, because many people think that prophecy happened only when they got off the boat. Immediately, our people did have a trembling of heart, a failing of eyes, and a sorrow of mind. Yes, they did, but we have that today.
Yeah, it has seemed to continue throughout, because I mean, when we have examples when we look in today's society and the news. The supposed purpose of Black Lives Matter spiraled off of all the killings of our people. The hooded guy, I can't think of his name right now, the one that had the hood, who was killed in Florida by the security Trayvon Martin, right? It kind of spiraled from there on, and I mean, it's been killing and killing. Doesn't that make your heart tremble as a black man going to the store, driving, getting getting stopped by a police officer or whatever? Failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. We have a failing of eyes. If a police officer stops you, we can't even look at you too hard in fear that we might get shot or something might go awry.
Prophets, read verse 66 and 67. Then we're going to go into a history book, the Babylon of Timbuktu.
Genesis 49, beginning at verse 66. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee.
Before who?
Before thee.
Before thee.
And thou shalt fear day and night,
Mm-hmm.
and shalt have none assurance of thy life.
Brothers and sisters, I'm not illiterate. The prophet's not illiterate, and I know that you're not illiterate. This kind of curse only affected certain people. Certain people only experience this.
These characteristics.
These characteristics.
To have all of these attributes. I mean, actually, just some of the dialogue that we were having, with our brothers and sisters last night covered that 66. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night. Not that we fear, but it's there. We fear the Most High more than anything.
Right.
But to have the uncertainty brings a certain level of fear in day and night, and shall have none assurance of their life.
Now, you know what, prophet? And you're absolutely right. These curses happen to us, brothers and sisters. Guess what? When they happen to us, we forgot who we were. We forgot who we were. We had lost our heritage. We had been disobedient. And the Most High allowed the curses to happen to us. And this happened because of what we did. We did this. So while this is going on, real fear got on us because we didn't know who we was. Right? Word. All right. Keep going, prophet.
In the morning thou shalt say, would Ahia it were even, and at the even thou shalt say, would Ahia it were morning.
Never satisfied. I wish it was at nighttime. I wish it was morning, right?
For the fear of thine heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see.
Now hold it right there and close the book on that. The Most High is good. Christ has seen the atrocities done to his people, his brothers and sisters. He saw it. Scriptures say his eyes is what, prophet? Red like what?
With wine.
Red like wine. When he comes back, he's not going to come back holding hands and skipping through the tip of the two tops. He's going to come back and execute judgment. Okay? All right, we're going to go into the Babylon of Timbuktu. How does the Babylon of Timbuktu fit into Deuteronomy 28? Well, let's take a look at this. Okay? Now, according to the Babylon prophets, before you go in there, who is that book made by? Who is that book written by?
It's written by Rudolph Windsor.
Rudolph R. Windsor?
Right.
Okay. You can pick that up at Amazon, brothers and sisters. It may not be at your local Christian bookstore because it's a book they really don't want you to have and understand, but it is available. The Babylon of Timbuktu.
A history of ancient black races, including the Black Hebrews.
All right. Now, this is on page 84. And Prophet, I want you to pick it up where it says 70 AD.
In the year 65 BC?
In the year 65 BC.
Okay. The Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem.
Now, that's history, brothers and sisters. That happened. This happened under General Pompey. They captured Jerusalem. Come on.
In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state.
Now, they say Jewish in this book because at the time, Rudolph R. Windsor was being accepted up under the Jewish community as coming in up under them. What they try to do now. Come on, you can be Jewish. He didn't understand that he was really the Jew.
Right. And when we say Jewish, also you can be, I mean, they go up under Judaism.
Right, up under Judaism.
Yeah, that sect. So Titus put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter.
With what slaughter?
With great slaughter.
With great slaughter. Come on.
During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people. During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa.
So over 1 million Jews fled into Africa. Now, this is the period between Pompey and Julius Caesar.
Right.
Okay? Christ said in Matthew chapter 24, when you see the Roman army, when you see the armies compass around the cities, flee into the wilderness.
Right.
This is that what Africa has always been, the wilderness.
Absolutely.
All right. Come on, prophet.
Okay. So It has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa,
Mm-hmm.
fleeing from Roman persecution
Mm-hmm.
and slavery.
So this debunks some of the history scholars to try to tell you that the Jews fled and went back into Rome.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I'm being chased by anybody, right, guess what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to run the way that the chasers is chasing me.
I'm not going to run towards them.
I'm not going to run towards them.
Right.
That don't make sense, do it?
Right.
Our people was being chased by Rome, which is European, and they ran into Africa. Why? Because they look like them.
Absolutely.
All right. So it's recorded in history and in scripture as well.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going, Pop.
The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves.
That's the key right there. After this period of time, guess what? There were slave markets.
Mm-hmm.
And they was full of what, prophets?
They said that he identifies them as black Jewish slaves. So basically, we know that they're the Hebrews. And what more specifically, we know their color is black.
And their color is so-called black. So what happened? Go back over to Deuteronomy 28. Thank you, prophets, for reading that. Wonderful. That's history, brothers and sisters. Go back over to Deuteronomy 28. What did the Bible say about this?
And beginning at 64, I believe it is.
Where it say that thou should be sold?
Oh, we're going to be sold. Oh, at 68.
Okay.
And the Most High shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
And the Most High will bring you into Egypt, into bondage again with ships.
It's not Egypt, the physicality, the physical geographical place. Egypt meaning bondage. Again with ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Thou shalt see your homeland, what?
No more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
So this is when this happened right here.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 68 is telling you the time period between Pompey and Julius Caesar. That's when this started happening. Y'all gonna be sold to your enemies.
Absolutely.
For what, prophetess?
Enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
Bondmen and bondwomen. That only happened to one nation of people.
Mm-hmm.
That I can recall. I mean,
everyone can recall. They know.
Yeah, they know that.
Yeah. When we mention that, people go silent because they know good well it has never happened to any of their people in their history, and they keep up with their history.
Yes, they do.
Mm-hmm.
So, in 70 A.D., brothers and sisters, that was the southern kingdom. And in the southern kingdom, it was Judah, Benjamin, and some of Levi in that kingdom. The 10 tribes had already been scattered, left out. But in 70 A.D., the tribe of Judah, the kingdom of Judah was still there. That's what Rome ransacked and killed, and a lot of us escaped. Someone in your family, your history bloodline, is related to those that left 70 A.D. Mm-hmm. If not, you wouldn't be here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Your bloodline is deep and it matters.
It's almost, if you can trace them back to the waters what ship they came off of, mm-hmm. you definitely will be able to trace them back to where they fled and were picked up in Africa.
Exactly. Khan prophets. Khan, exactly. Characteristics, Judah, we praise, always have. We're the ancestors of our forefathers that were slaves here, born from 70 A.D. Okay? We're related to those people. And we suffer the curses today. Okay? All right. Prophets, thank you so much on that. Let's find out if we're different from the other dark-skinned nations. Remember, we went to Africa, mm-hmm. right? Let's find out if we're different from the other dark-skinned nations, people. Let's look up the definition of Ham. Now, we know that Ham, Shem, and Japheth got off the boat with their father Noah, right? But let's find out what relation we have with Ham. In the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, it gives you the definition for Ham. Now, this is a so-called Jewish Bible dictionary, brothers and sisters. Look what's here.
Ham.
The
youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of the 8 persons to live through the flood.
Okay.
He became the progenitor of the dark races.
Now, what does progenitor mean, prophets?
Father.
The father?
The father of the dark races.
So Ham is the father of the dark-skinned nations, people on the earth. Now, the churches, even the Baptist churches, they will tell you, brothers and sisters, that you are descended from Ham. We are not from Ham. Ham is not up under the curses like we are.